but I think we should start with Pascal Siakam. 31 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. You did tell me before the start of yesterday's game that Pascal is going for 40.
Yep.
He has just generally looked comfortable against this Wizards team, and I mean, if you look at the roster, who's really able to handle Pascal on the perimeter? His best performance of the season, he got to the free throw line, he was good in the mid-range, got to the basket. I mean, I want to see more of this from Pascal going forward.
Yeah, I would love to see more of this from Pascal going forward. And I think it was interesting to me because, since Pascal's come back from injury, it's felt like he's trying to settle himself within the team. So he hasn't really taken over or dominated the ball, which would be his right in the sense that, he is a very capable player. He's a very accomplished player. But he hasn't really taken that approach. Instead, he's sort of come in, been comfortable as the second option. His efficiency has been strong. He's been hitting the mid-range, hitting from three, but he's not dominating the ball. I thought this game was the first game since he's come back where he said, I'm the first option. As I said in the podcast, I'm the lethal weapon, okay? Just like you said in last week's show. And they just kept going back to him. And you're absolutely right. The Wizards don't have a guy to play defense on Pascal. It's been that way for a couple of years because Pascal 2 years ago set his career high 44 against the Wizards. Last year he matched that career high 44 against the Wizards. And this game it wasn't 44, but first half he had 24. He was cooking them. And again, you look at the options they have. It's Kyle Kuzma, whose nickname is Kyle Kuzma. Okay, and then there's a guy.
Why are you doing this?
There's a guy named Danny Advia coming off the bench, and his name's literally Danny's, man. He was feasting on him like breakfast. So yeah, it was easy for Pascal last night. He could have gone to 4 if he really wanted to, but the Raptors were really in control the second half, and I just love watching that because look, I think for me, I don't want Pascal as like the clear-cut number one option. Every game you go through him and play everything through him and stuff like that. I think even when he's fully healthy and ready, I don't feel the most confident in that approach, because we have seen some limitations in that front. But what I like to see from the Raptors is a balanced attack in terms of who has the advantage that night, go through that guy. We've seen Fred definitely at various points this season be the number one guy. We've seen OG at times this season being the number one guy. MSG, that was a great game for him against the Knicks. 36 points. And I think Pascal will have some advantages there too, and especially with teams that don't have a great one-on-one defender, especially in the forward spot. Pascal's able to shoot over the top of a lot of these guys, get to wherever he wants. I think the mid-range game is really clicking for him right now. He looks really comfortable in that area. And, against a team like the Wizards, who, Nick mentioned this, Pascal did a really good job of sensing where the defense was coming from. There's a help defender usually coming towards him if you're the primary option. And the thing is, you need to be aware at all times as to where the help's going to come from, and either you're going to beat that by spinning away from the help, or at least going quicker before the help gets to you, or when the help comes to you, you have to make the right pass. And I thought Pascal did both things really well last night. To be honest, it wasn't a lot of help from the Wizards, maybe a little bit at the basket, but Pascal was just cooking them all night, and it's great to see. I think it's a nice reminder, and I don't know if you have this in a rundown, but did you know the secret to Pascal's success last night?
Yeah, I have everything in the rundown.
Okay,
Super producer of the Raptor Show.
Damn.
With Will Liu.
Award-winning,
Pulitzer Prize, cover story in stores now.
Definitely. How do we not have a copy of that on the table?
Grab a copy for your holidays. Pascal Siakam said after the game that he gave all the credit to his niece. He said it was the first time on Saturday, this weekend, that he saw his niece, and apparently she peed on him. This is just Pascal Siakam's words. And
by the way, the niece is 2 months old.
The niece is 2 months old, and he called it the Fred Jr. effect. So there's your humble hustle. Pascal had his best game of the season and gave credit. This is me. When I have a good show, I give all credit to the big man upstairs, Dan Toman.
Okay.
And the other big man upstairs, Greg Sansoni,
Yeah.
Ryan Fabro. All right, that's enough of the org chart. So Pascal was great.
Why are you listing off the org chart?
I don't know, man. That's just me.